Who is Mr. Mutsumi?
It's $1 million question. Honorable Member, I'm glad you're asking that question because Jaharasi Nona, who was in a meeting with me in Matlala when they told me about Mr. Mutsumi, the Mutsumi's property, the location and everything, and how he and Spear operate, they were afraid to read the name. He was afraid to read the name when he appeared at Matlanga Commission. And that made me realize that when they were afraid, at the time when they were telling me that I must not disclose that, and eventually when it had to be disclosed at Matlanga, they were worried. We listened to the evidence at Matlanga, how the name of Mutsumi keeps coming up. We hear from even Nkosi as I was testifying, how the name of Mutsumi. This morning I spoke to Nkosi, he phoned me. I asked him, I said, who is this Mutsumi? Why do you share my details to Mutsumi? What is of an interest? Mutsumi was mentioned by Kat at Matlanga. To me, it seems like Mutsumi is a big player. I then engaged, of course, after hearing them with the team in Gauteng investigating. So I don't want to give details about that, but his name is somewhere in the mix and very prominent for that matter.
So one would be justified to quickly make an assumption that he may be part of the big five cartel we're speaking about on the 6th of July.
What I can tell you that Mutsumi seems to be a powerful person within the police and outside the police. Very powerful.
But not in the employ of the police.
When I'm talking about the police, the stories are saying that it looks like there's some influence on appointments of the head of DPCIs in different provinces.
It looks like he is the one who may have expanded or extended the capture amongst police, senior police officials.
Yeah, well, his name, the way it comes out, and when you see the media not profiling the person and putting him out there, it just tells you the extent of perhaps the influence that the person has in our country, that even the big trusted journalists don't talk about it.
Okay. Let's now pass and talk about your reporting line as the Provincial Commissioner. Who is your immediate boss?
General Masimula.
General Masimula.
That's correct.
General Sibia alleges that in terms of the structural arrangement at SAPS, you are supposed to be reporting to him, and that's not the case. He makes it appear that you're supposed to report, but defiantly, you are not reporting to him.
No, I do not report to any of the generals in the police except the National Commissioner. Neither any of the provincial commissioners report to anyone else except the National Commissioner.
The ghost of Bedfordview, who is Steve Motsumi, the man who was not there. Until early 2026, Steve Motsumi was a ghost. He was Mr. So-and-so of the South African underworld, a name spoken in whispers at police headquarters and avoided entirely in courtrooms. High-ranking officers feared even to mention him, citing a climate of intimidation that stretched from the taxi ranks of Gauteng to the glass towers of Sandton. But the Matlanga Commission of Inquiry has finally pulled back the curtain. Today we identify the man the Hawks called too dangerous to name. Who is Steve Motsumi? And how did a Bedfordview businessman become the alleged puppet master of a police faction? Steve Motsumi, patriot or power broker? The business front, fingers in every pie. To the public, Steve Motsumi is a successful media-shy tycoon with a diverse portfolio. The portfolio, Mutsumi's business interests include construction, money lending, and a significant stake in the Gauteng taxi industry. He also owns a private security firm. A detailed investigators say gives him both the muscle and the legal cover to operate in sensitive areas. The Patriot Defense. In March 2026, Sergeant Fanny Nkosi of the Organized Crime Unit defended leaking confidential police files to Mutsumi. His reason, he claimed Mutsumi has a deep love for the country and acts as a concerned citizen who wants to see the police force purified of corruption. The moneylender. Testimony suggests Mutsumi's money lending business may be a key point of leverage. Alleged cartel boss Musket Matlala reportedly owed Mutsumi money, a debt that police officers were caught trying to protect. The Madlanga reveal, Mtakati unmasked. The turning point came in late January 2026 when Justice Mbuyiseni Madlanga ordered that Mutsumi's name be disclosed publicly. The fear factor. The KwaZulu-Natal Hawks head Major General Leseja Sinona initially refused to name Mutsumi, describing him as a very dangerous man. It took a formal ruling from the commission chair to break the silence. The alias Mtakati. Within the underworld and certain SAPS circles, Mutsumi is allegedly known as Mtakati, the wizard. Witnesses claim this refers to his ability to make criminal cases disappear or to know about police raids before they even happen. The information hub. Evidence shows a constant flow of sensitive data, fingerprint processing apps, internal audit reports, and witness details moving from SAPS officers directly to Mutsumi's phone. He is not just a businessman. He is an information broker. The factional weapon. The Sibia connection. The most explosive part of the Mutsumi saga, it is his alleged role in the South African Police Service faction war. The middleman. Sergeant Nkosi has been identified as the bridge between Mutsumi and suspended Deputy National Commissioner Shadrack Sibia. The 5th of June meeting. WhatsApp logs from 2024 show Nkosi coordinating real-time updates between Mutsumi and Sibia, confirming a high-level meeting while the National Commissioner was in the same building. The denials. Both Sibia and Nkosi maintain their innocence. Sibia describes Mutsumi as a gentleman and a straightforward businessman, pleading ignorance as to why the Hawks would label him dangerous. In conclusion, shadow over the state. Steve Motsumi represents the grey zone of 2026 South Africa, where the lines between legitimate business, organized crime, and state security are completely blurred. Is he a patriotic citizen helping the police? Is he a patriotic citizen helping the police, or is he the wizard orchestrating the capture of our law enforcement agencies? As the Madlanga Commission continues, one thing is certain: the name Steve Motsumi is no longer a secret, and the ghost of Bedfordview is finally standing in the light. Thank you guys for tuning in. My name is Steve Motsumi. The name of the platform is IZWI LABANSUNDU, the voice for Africans. Kamakuma Africa.